practice as intensely as you play so you can play as casually as you practice, okay? His eyes right over the golf ball, right over the inside edge. His hands are underneath his shoulders. His hips are over his ankles. And you can see the putter and his forearms are a direct extension of one another. One of my favorite students right here, Victor Lee. This guy just turned 11 years old. He's one of the best young players on the planet. I'm telling you, this guy wins so many tournaments, it's unbelievable. Always shooting under par, and I'm just so proud of this guy. But the big joke was, this guy won every single tournament last year except the Poor Zach Golf Junior Championship. So I always give him a hard time about that. We're gonna do a little putting right now. So what I do is I'll pick a random putt for this guy and ask him to read it, line it up. It gives me an idea right away as to if he's reading the greens correctly, and it also shows me if he's lining up correctly. And then the last thing I have to say is if he's stroking it on line. So here, buddy, let's start with this putt right here. I'm gonna let you read it, and you line that thing up wherever you think you need it. So what's nice about this for a young player is, you know, not only is it training his eyes to see the proper line, he's forced to take his time to work on this stuff. You know, he's not hitting putt after putt that are meaningless. He's lining up each one. He's making sure he's seeing his line right to the spot he wants to hit it, and then he's hitting a straight putt no matter what right to his spot. So you got your spot 2 inches outside the hole? Mm-hmm. Good. Let's hit a nice solid putt right to that spot. Attaboy. Good. Look how Victor lines up his golf ball. So you can see it actually quite nicely matches the straight putt no matter what. So he puts a T line on it. I've seen a lot of great golfers do this. Guys on tour do this as well. So you can really see, he can see the face really matching that line. And then he has his start line right there. Okay, so when he's in a tournament, you know, he's basically imagining that ruler right underneath his ball, and he's hitting it right to his spot. We got this one lined up to about right here, right, guys? Mm-hmm. Okay. 1, 2. There it is right there. Beautiful, dude, beautiful. Now, let's go back down the line. I want you guys to see, I want our viewer to see Victor's setup, because Victor's setup's very good. So here we go. Victor's setup's really solid right here. We have his eyes right over the golf ball, right over the inside edge. His hands are underneath his shoulders. His hips are over his ankles. And you can see the putter and his forearms are a direct extension of one another. That's a non-leverage grip. He has no angle between the club and his forearms. Go ahead, bud. There you go. Okay, good. One thing that's really important with our young players is we have them read each putt, and then we have them set up just like they would in a tournament. You know, I'm not always going to ask them to put the line down the golf ball every single time, but I do want them picking their spots, because here's the thing. If he picks his spot and say he hits a good putt and then he sees it miss, he's getting feedback as to if he's reading it correctly. So that's really important for me with my young players, especially these little putts break a lot. This green, people can't see this, but this thing has a ton of break right here for such a short putt. Yeah, he had to start that thing at about 1.5 inches outside right edge for about a 3-footer there. So Kev, come back here, watch Victor. Let's get a good line on this one. Victor, put the line down just like you would in a tournament on this one. So one of the things and one of the reasons why I invented this straight putt no matter what and named it that is because a lot of times what we see with the young players, not just the young players, players in general, they're hitting a putt to a spot 3 inches outside the right edge. But a lot of times they don't respect that break and they'll aim a little bit more towards the hole. And all of a sudden their putting stroke will go in to out and push it up the hill and then allow the putt to break. They'll then come over to this side right here and they know the putt's gonna break to the right. Then all of a sudden the stroke will actually go a little more out to in and they'll pull it up the hill. This gets the young players to respect the break, play the break, and hit a straight putt no matter what. So one of the things that's important is a lot of times the putting stroke will change based upon the break. And I want my player to really work on picking the spot they want to aim at, hit it right to that spot, let gravity take over, right? Which means that wherever the low side is, the ball's going to go, not because your putting stroke shaped it that way, but because you just hit it right to your spot and the ball just reacted to the green, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's do that on both sides of the hole. I'm going to test you, okay?
All right.
Let's go over here. Let's do a little 3 or 4 footer on this side of the hole. I want you to aim up perfectly. The fact that he's going through his process at 11 years old over and over and over, that to me means more. You know, there's structure to this practice. He's not just hitting putt after putt after putt. He's getting practice reading it. He's getting practice aligning to his proper spot. And then he's building that mindset of how he's going to hit a straight putt no matter what to his spot. Get that putter right down in that spot. Just trust that line. It's a perfect line right there. Hit a putt right down the line. Attaboy. Good job. All right, bud, here we go, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to that side right here. I want to see 2 in a row. I'm gonna pick different putts right here, okay?
2 in a row? Okay.
Yeah, these ones right here. I picked completely different putts. A downhill right to lefter and uphill left to righter. Now, here's the mindset I have for me, and I try to teach these guys this, is here's the thing. This putt's gonna break what, buddy? About 2 inches outside right again?
Yep.
Okay, so on a downhill putt like this, here's about a 4-foot putt. We're going 2 inches outside right edge, so my spot's right here. But for a downhill putt, we're picking something more at the apex of the break to aim at to also accommodate the speed. Because we're not hitting this putt through the hole, it's downhill, so we're actually essentially only hitting a 3-foot putt if it was a flat putt. Okay, so we're picking something more at the apex to not only accommodate the line, but the speed. The mentality I have my players work with from here is, well, this is now uphill and breaking right. This putt's really gonna break a lot if I don't hit it with a little authority. So now this is the putt right here where we'll have our players look at the spot next to the hole and imagine like they're almost putting through the hole. Okay, so very different approach to these 2 putts. Even though we're hitting a straight putt no matter what, a downhill 4-footer essentially is only, well, depending on the slope, this one, for example, little downhill, not much.
Yep.
Well, you're only hitting this 3 feet if it were a flat putt. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. That was a great stroke right there. That was a great stroke right there. Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Right here. Let's do this one right here. And Victor's come a long way. I mean, his setup, his attention to detail with his setup's been fantastic. You know, he has his eyes over the ball, as I said. He has the hands underneath his shoulders. The putter and his forearms are direct extension. His hips are over his ankles. We'll check his ball position. His ball position's good. It's just 1 inch ahead of center. All the little things I preach that will help you manipulate less. Get the ball started on line before you even start your putt. Or start your stroke, I should say. Outside left edge?
Yep.
Good. Make sure to hit this one solid. You're directly up the hill on slower greens here. Yeah, good putt, bud. You know, it's just the big thing right now. One thing I'm proud of with this guy, he's practicing with a purpose. You know, every single putt, same process. So when he goes into a tournament, we always talk about this. Practice as intensely as you play, so you can play as casually as you practice. Okay? So the cool thing is he's going to go to the golf course. We're not doing anything different. We're doing exactly what we do right here. And that's one thing that this young man is really good at. And why, besides being very, very, very talented, why?
And because Adam's such a good coach, and then with the...
Hey, I'm just gonna go with the fact that you're awesome. You've been a pleasure to work with. You have a very, very good attention to detail. It's one thing he does a good job with. That's why if I ask him something once, I'm kind of shocked when he doesn't get it done right away. Oh, what a stroke. Dude, beautiful. Hey,
Thanks.
Nice job, buddy. I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job.
Thanks,
Good
Adam.
stuff. At Forzak Golf, we take a lot of pride in having developed some of the best and most consistent golf swings on the planet. We do this through simplicity. Our Full Swing Masterclass will take you on a step-by-step, easy-to-understand process on how to get your golf swing better than ever. Join the many before you who've utilized our Full Swing Masterclass to take their games to the next level and beyond.